Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. Today is Friday. Happy Friday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. Friday is the day that I like to gather up my fragments, make some food for my family so that I have stuff set for the weekend. I don't like to do a lot of cooking on the weekend. I don't mind doing it, but just like everybody else, usually a work day is like Monday through Friday and you like to have the time off. Well, for stay-at-home mamas, there's not really any time off. It's like it's working 7 days a week, and so I enjoy having Monday through Friday kind of doing things, easy meals, and then the weekend I enjoy just enjoying time with my family. So we gather up things. It can be planned things, it can be things I buy at the store, however that works. It can be a prepared meal that I bought and just making it at home. Whatever it is, it's just gathering up and preparing them for my family so I don't have to do any major cooking this weekend. So this weekend we have some stuff going on, and so we're not going to be here all weekend. And so I was thinking, I'm going through my list going, what are we going to make for food? So we had salads last night, and so we still can have that for the next few days too. We can make it for lunch and that. So I was kind of thinking, what can we have? I'm trying to use up those tortilla boats because I have those really cool looking foldable ones. And so I thought, what kind of meals can I have? The breakfast little boats, they love those. So I'm probably going to make, I am going to make more of those. That'll be like my breakfast food for the weekend. I'll make some more breakfast burrito boats. And then I'm going to do, I think for dinner tonight, I'm going to have a freezer meal because what's happening is I'll just make like chicken and we'll just have chicken tacos all weekend. But I'm trying to use up those freezer meals. I'm almost down. The freezer is almost empty. So I'm kind of excited about that. Excited about my freezer being empty, but just getting all the stuff gone so I can start fresh out. So we have Mongolian meatballs in there. Remember the meatball saga where the kids are tired of meatballs? We're going to try to eat meatballs again. So there might just be one more meatball in there. I don't know, but we're going to have that. And then I have pot stickers. I'm not making them. We're going to eat them. Bought them at the discount store, and they're vegetable kind. I've never had the vegetable, so I thought, let's do that for dinner tonight. So tonight's dinner is going to be Mongolian meatballs with pot stickers. They'll love that. That's going to be dinner tonight. Tomorrow, we're going to be going away for dinner, and also for lunch. So we're kind of going to be out the door most of the day. So I thought, what can I make that I have that I can gather up and take with us? So I saw one of those, I don't even know, it's the Scrumdiddlyluscious channels, YouTube channels. I think that's what it is, where they do like the real quick seconds and you just see the video and you're like, wow, that's awesome. I'm gonna do something similar. I'm gonna use those taco boats and I'm gonna put some refried beans in them, and I have chicken fajita meat. I might even use the chicken that I had for my salad. I'm rethinking that. I might use that. And we're gonna make little taco boats and put them in a pan, put some cheese on some of them, and then kind of bake them so they're a little bit crispy, but they'll be like little individual tacos, basically a taco, but all prepared in a pan. They did it on a burner on the stove, so the brown, like the sides kind of browned, but I don't want to brown them today. I'll brown them when we bake them in the oven. So we're gonna make those, make some good, the Mexican rice is good. And then I'm gonna make like a Mexican corn salad, kind of like a version for me. So, cause I've got corn on the cob, a jalapeno, and tomato. So I'm gonna make some of that, and that will be like our Saturday meal that we take, and then Sunday it'll be leftovers, whatever. There'll be plenty here left over for Sunday. And then I'm like, what else can I make? And so we need to make a little treat. So I have bought stuff for puppy chow. I think we made it, I don't know, maybe a month ago. I looked in the pantry, I'm like, there's the Chex Mix in there. So I'm gonna make a puppy chow batch for the kids and then a thing of brownies. Easy day. I'm like, that'll be good. That'll be a good little gather your fragment Friday. So I'm gonna get my earbud in. We're gonna get going. I'm gonna go first. How do I do, man? I'm gonna do the breakfast burritos. Let me do the breakfast ones because the kids will get up for breakfast and then they'll be made. So let me go get my little boats out of the pantry here, and my gravy, and then cheese and eggs. You can add anything to it. Sausage, bacon, anything you want that your family will enjoy. You can even put vegetables, potatoes, all that. Mine would just eat gravy, eggs, and cheese. They're happy with that. Maybe a little bit of bacon sprinkled on the top if I do that. So let's get going with our day. A great Gathering Your Fragment Friday. Let's go. I've got my gravy out, eggs, and I got all these little tortillas here. So I'm gonna try to use the mini ones for the breakfast ones because they're just more like bite-sized, delicious. So let me get a bowl out. Over here, I'm gonna turn my burner on. going to spray my pan really well. To cook my eggs. Now I was trying to remember how many I made last week because it was the perfect amount. I think I had 15 eggs. Then what I'm going to do, I don't have any big bacon, but I do have real crumbled bacon here from Sam's Club. And if you don't like the fattiness, let me just do a little bit here. If you don't like the fattiness on your bacon, for the real bacon, just put it in your microwave for, I think I did 1:30 last week and it was just a little too much. So I'm going to do about a minute. It'll cook this and it'll be crispy. Let me show you. Okay, that's going to cook, and then I also am going to mix up some sausage gravy. Not from scratch, but a package here that I got, a big giant box of. So I'm going to do, I think I have like a cup of water. I'm just totally guessing all of this here. I'm going to imagine what it is, and then just stir it. And then I'm going to put this in the microwave. You know how like those packages you get, they're like 99 cents for biscuit gravy, and they say mix with cold water, and then bring a water to a boil. That's just boiling away. And it just is a mess, and it takes time. It's in your pan. Put it in the microwave. It works great. If you just take it in there and stir it like after 30 seconds, it'll be good. It'll get nice and thick. And if you add too much and it's too thick, just add more water. If it's too thin, add more mix. That's the easy part of it. I hear that bacon pop. I'm gonna stop it now. Oh, that was plenty. Probably like 30 seconds. Look at it. It's like cooked bacon. Perfect. That makes it like, look at it, it's like nice and crispy like bacon should be. I mean, some people like it chewy. Who likes it chewy? Put it if you like your bacon crispy, burnt, or chewy. Chewy with the fat on it, which I don't like at all, but that's okay. Crispy bacon right here. Put this back in my refrigerator. These are really simple to make, and they were a huge hit last week when I made them. I was like, I need to make more of these. So good. I would make them more, like I would put some spinach in there and some tomatoes in there, but my kids don't love them. I'm not a huge breakfast person, but if I did it breakfast, this would be the way to go. Oh, I'm like looking at my window, I'm seeing things. The bear hasn't came back, thank goodness. I think he's gone now. So we had the trash out yesterday, and no bear ate it. So I'm like, thank you. Maybe he's moved on to another household, realizing, wow, MARYONS are not going to feed me this year. Okay, so this is a little bit thin. I don't think I added enough to it. So let me mix in some more here. And that's the great thing is you can. Perfect. Scrambled eggs here. Let me add. I forgot my salt and pepper. I have to refill these soon. Perfect. This is really simple. And you can make these into breakfast burritos too. That's another way to do it. But we just have the boats, and this will be the end of them hopefully today. So not hopefully, because we do enjoy them. I'll probably go to the discount store in another week here coming up, and we probably will get more of them if they have them. But at least this batch will be gone. Okay, eggs are there. That's not boiling. Oh yeah. Thickened gravy. That's keep stirring, 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 stirring. You could just stir it after a minute and then put it back in. Like it was kind of chunky on top, thinner on the bottom, just mix it up. And if it's too lumpy for you, put it in your blender. Oh look, that's just thick enough, just stirring it. Forget the microwave, just stir it. Do your eggs, they don't burn. I keep going back to this flipper. I bought one for Maddie from Hobby Lobby, and it was silicone for our other, because it's got a coated pan. But I love, this is just a cake flipper. It's like, not a cake flipper, a cake server. That's like my favorite for eggs. I don't know, nice and small. I have 2 of them. Amazon, they're in a couple bucks. Perfect. Eggs are going to be done. All right, let's whip this. Yeah, I like it nice and thick. Nice and thick. Last time I put this in a piping bag, worked amazing. Yeah, that's plenty thick. Probably a little too thick, but that's okay. Tastes good, right? Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna shut this off. You can shut it off the last few minutes. It'll still continue to cook. Perfect. Let's go back over here and we'll assemble them. Come into my tortillas. They come in a mini boat and like a bigger size one. These ones are cheese. I'm going to show you the size. These are the regular ones. I'll save these for the tacos. I'm going to use the mini ones for the breakfast. Now these are great. These were $1.20. And this one's $1.20. I think the other ones were only $1. But it comes with the taco sauce and the taco seasoning. We don't use the sauce, but we'll use the seasoning pack. And look at, they're like mini ones. So I'm gonna get those out here. See, I'm gonna put on the cookie sheet. You don't have to put on a cookie sheet. You can put them in a container, just put them in the refrigerator. I'm gonna put them on a cookie sheet, put them in the oven, let it kind of melt the cheese real quick, and then that's when I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator that way, because otherwise the cheese kind of falls off. Okay, these are done. I made them a little bit more sloppily than I did last time. I was really careful to put them in there, and I'm like, it's fine. It all goes in the same place. You can fill these with whatever you want, whatever kind of delicious omelet, whatever you're feeling that you like, you can put inside these. And these are so great. They go in the refrigerator great. They reheat great. They taste delicious, just like a breakfast burrito that you can put in the freezer. This, I would imagine if you did this and froze it, the eggs when they reheat would kind of be, they're exposed. So I would put your eggs down first maybe, and then maybe on top smear the gravy and the cheese, things like that, just to help with the non-drying of the eggs. So this is good right here. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna put this over here on top of the oven, the stove oven, that thing over there. I will put it in a few minutes. I'm gonna not turn my oven on yet. When I do turn on, just to save electricity, I'll put it in when I do my brownies, and then that way it's not like on right now and then waiting for me to, you know, use it for the brownies. So I'm gonna just set this here. I'm gonna do a quick cleanup, wash some dishes, and be right back. Decided to do my brownies next so I can put my little egg things in the oven. So those in the oven is heating up. I'm gonna mix up brownies. We're using brownie mix, we're not making homemade. My family does not like homemade brownies. I can't say homemade brownies aren't good, but I just haven't found a recipe that is just simple and easy that they all love. Packaged, that's what they love. So I'm gonna make what they love. So we're gonna make this, mix it up in the bowl. I use coconut oil, get a big hard container here. This is at Big Lots. I wanna say it's like $12. I think I had buy two, get one free last time I went. This will last you forever. And then and it comes hard. So remember that, but you might be outside shopping and it's hot and it liquefies. And then you get home and you're hard and you're like, why is it that way? Because that's what it does. It melts with the temperature. So I'm gonna put mine in the microwave to soften. I'm just gonna scoop some out, measure out what I need, put it in the bowl, mix up. We're gonna put it in a, I do like a 9 by 13. I'm gonna do a big pan, like a jelly roll style pan, so they're more long and flatter. And just spray the pan really good. Always better to use a bigger mixing bowl so you don't have to worry about flopping over the sides, but you know how I usually overfill things here. But this, you just stir it. Brownie mix, you don't mix with a mixer, a hand mixer, because it makes it more like cake brownies, like a cake. So if you want it thick like a brownie, just use a spoon and stir it I know, it's a little bit more work. I've learned that over the years, so that's all. Learn from my mistakes. And it's also, if you mix this up and you don't have eggs, or you have, like this was 2 eggs for each box. If you just had 1 egg for each box, that's fine too. It'll actually turn out good. I've also substituted applesauce for eggs in brownie mix, and it tastes fine. It has a little bit of the fruit, like very small, very, very small, but enough where I went, oh, I can taste that, but it's not like it doesn't ruin the flavor. So applesauce we'll use in a pinch as well for your cake mixes. I've just used many, many, many things over the years. And I've just learned, and you can also freeze eggs if you have chickens. We moved to North Carolina, we had chickens, and I had so many eggs, and I didn't want to throw them away because I'm like, that's a waste, but I knew I couldn't like transport them here, 700 miles away in the refrigerator. So what I did is I put them in a big giant bowl and just scrambled them all up, and I put them in ice cube trays and froze them solid. That will work for your baking. It worked out to be about 3 eggs for like a regular ice cube, like whole, like like the 12. Is it 12? I don't even know how many's on there. It's been a long time since I've had an ice cube tray. But you can freeze them and then just spray them first. They pop out easily. Put them in a big giant Ziploc bag, and then I use those for a long time. When we moved here to North Carolina, I took them, and it's just like if I needed one for like the brownies would need 4 eggs here, I would just take out like 1 of those and put those in here and mix it, and it worked just fine. It doesn't work good for mixing up to eat because it kind of tastes a little bit different, but it does work for baking. So this is perfect. Okay, I'm gonna mix. This is all mixed. I'm gonna spray my pan, put it in, and then it'll be ready for the oven. Oven's ready. I just put 1 package because that is a lot of the chips in there. I saved the little chips that'll be good for like Christmas cookie decorating or whatever, just on top of another thing. So I'm gonna put this in the oven. My egg cups might be done. I just tilted my pan in the oven and some of it went over the edge. That's not good, but the egg cups are almost done, probably like 2 or 3 more minutes. So that part, I'm gonna let that bake and be done. Okay, then I'm gonna do the taco boats, and so I'm gonna do like a loaded taco boat. I'm gonna put everything in the boat. I think I was gonna do everything separate, but I think I'll put rice or refried beans in the bottom, rice, and then the chicken on top. And I'm gonna put them like that, all made up. That way they can just grab one. They can put cheese on it. They can put the Mexican corn stuff I'm gonna make, or salsa, whatever I'm gonna do. So I just put some oil in here. Wash my pan out. I'm gonna cook some of this. Smash it down. Fajita meat here. I was looking at the other chicken and there's a little bit left, not a ton. So I'm just gonna say keep that for salad. That tastes a little bit more, I don't even know what flavor. It's Italian, that's what it was. So I'm just gonna do, the question is always how much to make. Always have plenty. I think I will just do, that'll be enough. I'm just gonna go with that. If I need more, I can make more. So what I'm going to do is cook this. I'm going to put a pack of tacos, the taco seasoning from those tortillas. I'm going to do 2 of those to season it. And then to take a little bit of that spiciness off, the spicy. I'm going to use this buttery steakhouse. I don't know, is it for it? I don't know. We'll just add it to it anyway. So I'm going to mix it. I'm going to put a little bit of water in here and just cook it. Okay, so my meat's gonna cook over there. I'm gonna cook up some rice real quick, and you could do it in a pressure cooker. I'm just gonna do it on the stove. It works just the same. Just make sure you have a big enough pan. I'm gonna do 2 cups, I believe, yes. 2 cups. Did not throw that in the sink. I have a strainer in there. Rinse your rice off. It does make a difference. I never rinse my rice, and rice is always gummy. Then I bought parboiled rice, and that's what this is. But it still gets gummy. So if you rinse it, no gummy rice. It's a miracle. Rinse this off, put this away. This is what our local Mexican restaurants use. It's just tomato bouillon, tomato with chicken and bouillon flavor. So this is cold, so the bouillon's not gonna mix yet. I'll just put it on the stove and then stir it, you know, as the temperature gets warm. And then look, my egg cups came out. Or the egg, I'm gonna loaded boats, whatever you wanna call them. These are out, so I'm gonna move these. They're a little bit crisp. I like to reheat them in the air fryer because then they are crispier. My kids like them in the microwave, so they're smushy. So these are delicious. So just let that heat for a minute and then stir it after the water gets warm and it can mix easily. Okay, so I've been cooking things and not showing you. I've got my chicken all cooked right here. Look at that. I kind of cooked it really good, smashed it down. My rice is done. I took it off right away. Didn't let it sit, so it's kind of a little bit firm. And then I opened up my refried beans and put them inside here. So these were the real Southern style. And I was like, what is real Southern style mean? Well, they're more chunkier. And I should have looked at the ingredients in the store, but it's got like a smoked flavor with onions, all that good stuff. Basically smoked, because Southern is smoked, right? I'm a Southerner, and we like to smoke things. I mean, we like to, I just like to smoke on my smoker, but I don't like I can't say, like, they have the barbecues where they do the meat and they smoke it all. I haven't had that so much. I didn't really like it when I had like pig, because I don't really like pig, but maybe a beef one I probably would. We'll have to try another day. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna assemble I'm gonna loaded chicken taco boat. So I'm gonna put the rice on the bottom, squeeze some of this refried beans on top, and top it with the chicken. Leave it, I'm gonna cover this. Then when I go to serve it, I'm gonna bake in the oven just for maybe 20 minutes, just till it gets a little crispy maybe, and then they can put cheese on it. I'm gonna make some corn salsa. I already cooked my corn, it's cooling in the sink, and it's gonna be delicious. That might not look very appealing, but it works. It'll be good. So now I'm gonna add my chicken on top, and then it was just cold refried beans. When you heat it, it's gonna get smushy. Okay, these are gonna be like loaded taco boats. The one pan I didn't put any chicken in case somebody doesn't want chicken, but I put more beans in those ones. So I'm just gonna cover this with foil. This is going in the refrigerator. This will be a meal on Saturday when we have dinner with family. So for dinner tonight, we're gonna pull out another freezer meal. I'm getting down the freezer meals. There's only like a few left. So these were Mongolian meatballs. I'm sure I'd have to look back on my big giant, the freeze it, squeeze it thing. Oh yeah. Smells like Mongolian. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of oil in my pan, cook it over here, and then I've got huge pot stickers here. This is just one bag. These are vegetable ones. So put a little bit of oil, put the pot stickers in, and then you just put a little bit of water so that they can steam. The next thing I'm gonna make, everything's cooking away, is it's gonna be like a Mexican corn salad, but I'm gonna do it a little bit different. Like, I really enjoy the way it is, like the authentic one is delicious. This is just gonna be like a little bit of my version one because I'm gonna kind of make it so it works for us. So I've got corn here. This was from the farmer's market. I'm gonna cut the kernels off there. I've got a tomato here. Cut that up. I have all my cucumbers from salad. We had some yesterday, but we still have more. I'm gonna do cucumbers, and then I do have a jalapeno, but I do have a glove so it doesn't get too spicy. I have a lime and a red onion. We're gonna chop all of this up, put it in a container. I'm gonna put salt, pepper, a little bit of Miracle Whip in it, just for the creaminess, very little. And then when we go to serve it, if we want to, I don't usually put Conchita cheese on it. I don't have that, but you can use Parmesan. I'm gonna use Parmesan for mine. I'm not gonna do it for everybody, so that way everybody can have it who doesn't, like Jaden doesn't do dairy and stuff. And so just to see, but I think it'll be delicious. And we'll have this on top of our taco boats. We can put it on top of salad, whatever you wanna do. You can grill your corn. I just steamed it in the microwave. So let me just slice this up. I sharpened my knife, so it should be really sharp. I'm gonna do, I know you can do this like inside is it like a bundt pan? You can put this in there and cut it down, but it's kind of high and it makes it kind of difficult. So another thing you can do to catch all your kernels is to do it over a cookie sheet. We used to do freezer corn back in the day, and even a few years ago we did corn. But if you have to cut a lot of it, you don't want the kernels going everywhere or the liquid, just do it with a cookie sheet. And then it all collects it all and you can scoop it up. It's really easy. We would do big pots of boiling water, and then we would scoop it out, and we'd have a cooler full of water with ice in it, and we'd dump it in there to make it cool. My kids, I remember doing a whole lot of corn. I don't even know how many bushels we had. We had tons. Maybe, I don't even remember. There was a lot. I had like 90 quart bags of corn, so I'm sure there was a lot of corn. So this is good. We're gonna chop this up. I like to leave mine with some of the chunks because I love biting into like a corn, whatever this is called. Delicious. Let me put this in a bowl. I gotta check this over here. My first batch of pot stickers is done. I'm gonna take them out. Okay, back to chopping. I was gonna just do another batch, but I feel like that's enough. I'm gonna have this with the meatballs, and we'll have salad. We can have all that on the side. So I'm just gonna do one batch of this. The vegetable ones are good. They taste like vegetables. Let me continue chopping. Slicing through that tomato was so easy. It helps to have a knife that is sharpened. These I got at Sam's Club, the members mark one, and then get yourself a knife sharpener. Let me show you. Don't buy the ones in the kitchen section. They don't work as well. Go get this. This is a Smith's one. We got this at Lowe's. Looks like this. And I've showed before, all you do is just slide your blade on it. I think it was like $12. That will keep your knives nice and sharp, because otherwise you keep buying knives. Why buy knives? Just get some knives. These are Sam's Club and they work amazing. This tastes so good. It has that perfect amount of like the textures. Like you've got the round corn, you've got the crispy cucumbers, the onions, and a little bit of spice in the jalapenos. I left a tiny, tiny bit of jalapeno because I didn't want my kids to be like, it's too spicy. It will get spicier as it sits. If you can get jalapenos on sale real cheap, cut them like in rings. Just throw them in the freezer or put them in the freezer full whole, either way. When you go to need one, just take one out and just like put it in your dish. If you chop it, then the flavors are gonna be, you know, dispersed, and then just put it, like I used to make cowboy caviar all the time. It's basically bean kind of salsa like this. And then I'd put those jalapenos in there and I'd stir it and let it sit for, I don't know, maybe an hour. And then by that time, this stuff was just enough spice that I'd take that jalapeno out, so we wouldn't leave that in there. But this is delicious. I'll put a little Parmesan cheese on it if I serve it, but if not, it'll be good this way. These can go on our taco boats, anything we want. Pot sticker's done, this done. What else is on my list? The meatballs are done too, I checked those out. I'm gonna do some puppy chow. Puppy chow, that's easy enough. So let me put this in the refrigerator. I'm out of salt. Let me fill my salt container up here and we're gonna keep moving. This is dinner tonight, Mongolian meatballs and pot stickers. Delicious. I'm gonna cover this with plastic wrap and put it in the refrigerator because we are not gonna be here all day today. And we won't be back until later. So that way we'll just heat up dinner and that'll be good, and we'll have salad with it. It'll be delicious. Easy, easy dinner. And then I have the pot stickers, which are our favorite, where the meatballs are not. That would be like, have some pot stickers, have a couple meatballs, just to stick in there. So I'll put these in the refrigerator. Last thing I'm gonna do today is puppy chow. I feel like it's a short day. That's okay, some days are shorter. Some days when you have things going on, that's what happens. So I'm gonna take some chocolate chips here, melt them in my glass bowl here. And I can pour peanut butter. I'm gonna put peanut butter. You are so white. There we go. Put some peanut butter in here to melt along with it. One whole container, 18 ounces in here. This, I remember, I just had to look it up on my blog because it's been a long time since I made it. And the last time I did it was gluten-free because we had friends that were dairy and gluten-free. So we actually had those Enjoy Life chocolate chips, which were dairy-free. And they were like $1 at the discount store. Now that I know that they're such good chocolate chips, because I was like, oh, maybe they're just a knockoff name, when I realized they're like $6 a bag. So I should have got more, but that's okay. Didn't learn, that was a few years ago. But anyways, so this is, you can use that, and you can use peanut butter, and then you can use Chex Mix, because Chex cereal is gluten-free. The name brand one is gluten-free. I'm sure this one is too. It doesn't say gluten-free. Oh, yeah, it is gluten-free on here. I was gonna say, usually it tells you if it is. And then you can make a great gluten-free meal for your friends. And we also, I look back, I also made peanut butter cookies, which was 1 cup peanut butter, a cup of sugar, and 1 egg. So I made that, and then we had apples, and we had hummus too. So apples and peanut butter and hummus and veggies. So that way we could have, because it's like you go, wait a minute, gluten-free, what do you need? So your mind goes racing with all these different things to have, and then it's like, oh wait, you just gotta rethink something. Perfect, so I'm gonna put this in the microwave, and I'll put my cereal in the big bowl. We're gonna mix up and add powdered sugar. So the puppy chow is done, and then I have to cut this up. I'm gonna cut this up for the weekend tea because it's getting kind of soft. Still have a watermelon, but we'll cut this up and use this next. All right, I am finished up in my kitchen. I'm done. I've got all my food made for the day that I'm gonna do. Might not be much for you, but I am finished. I wanted to get done early because we have a busy day today that doesn't involve food. So let me show you what we ended up with. So we've got, right here, we've got our brownies and we've got our puppy chow here. I got my little, this fruit I have sitting out from yesterday. That's all stuff that has to be eaten up. Still sitting there on my little Mimi's kitchen thing. And then in the refrigerators, we have got, this is going to be for tomorrow. It's the taco boats right here, and underneath is the breakfast stuff. The breakfast little burrito boats. This is the meatballs under there. Still got cucumbers. All those delicious. We'll have cucumbers forever. And then at the bottom I've got my cantaloupe. We've got cucumbers. There's salad we'll have today. That's the pot stickers for dinner. Chicken for the salad. Breakfast boats right here. This is all for salad we cut up yesterday. The corn salsa. And actually that's the meatballs. The other pan was the other tacos without the chicken. I've got little grapes here and cheese I put out. So this is good. We are going to be good to go for the weekend. Plenty of food, things that we can take and enjoy. And I can be finished. We got some sunshine day outside. That means sunshine outside for us today to enjoy some good times together. So let me put you down. So I hope you enjoyed today's video with all the food that we made today. This will be delicious. Puppy chow is always a staple and favorite brownies. I mean, who doesn't love brownies? And all the good food. That corn salsa, that would be my favorite. My favorite. Oh yeah, corn. I'm gonna call it corn salsa. Tomato, corn, cucumber, jalapeno salad. That's what we'll call it. But it's good. So let's read our proverb for the day. We're on Proverbs 7. It's the wiles of the prostitute. My son, keep my words and treasure my commandments within you, so they are readily available to guide you. Do you know that when you keep God's word inside of you, when you go through things in your life, and you're like, oh, what do I even do? What do I need to do? God will speak to you and remind you a part of scripture. He'll remind you something, and it might just be a verse that maybe you read a long time ago, didn't really give it much thought, but boom, he'll bring it back to mind, and you'll go, oh wait, yes, that's what his word says, to remind you of that. Keep my commandments and live, and keep my teaching and law as the apple of your eye. Bind them securely on your fingers, or write them on the tablet of your heart. Say to skillful and godly wisdom, you are my sister. And regard understanding and intelligent insight as your intimate friends, that they may keep you from the immoral woman, from the foreigner who does not observe God's laws, and who flatters with her smooth words. For at the window of my house I looked out through the lattice, and among the naive, the inexperienced and gullible, I saw among the youths a young man lacking good sense, passing through the street near her corner, and he took the path to her house. In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night, and there a woman met him, dressed as a prostitute and sly and cunning of heart. She was boisterous and rebellious. She would not stay at home. At times she was in the streets, at times in the marketplaces, lurking and setting her ambush at every corner. So she caught him and kissed him, and with a brazen and impudent face she said to him, I have peace offerings with me. Today I paid my vows. So I came out to meet you, that you might share with me the feast of my offering. Diligently I sought your face, and I have found you. I have spread my couch with coverings and cushions of tapestry. With colored fine linen of Egypt, I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us drink our fill of love until morning. Let us console and delight ourselves with love. For my husband is not at home. He has gone on a long journey. He has taken a bag of money with him, and he will come home on the appointed day. With her many persuasions she caused him to yield. With her flattering lips she seduced him. So I like that this kind of, yes, I know this is explaining prostitution and, boy avoiding that because it's evil, but I like that it says she went and said, I made my peace offerings and I paid my vows. I did all the things I'm supposed to do. I went and repented to the Lord. He's changed me. He's done these things. And she's like, look, it appears to be all good. I've got everything great. I've got my tapestry laid out. Look at, this is a good thing. My husband's gone. I don't have to worry. All these great things. But her heart was not there. Her heart was not there. It's just that trickery and that rebelliousness. And so it's so important to check a person's heart and to see inside and see what God says versus appearance from the outside. Always look inward and see, what are the true motives of this? What is really going on here? Is this the truth? Or is this just a perfect looking tapestry laid out on the sofa? Or is this just the perfect looking situation? Always check with God. Suddenly he went after her as an ox goes to slaughter, not knowing the outcome. or as one in stocks going to the correction to be given to a fool, until an arrow pierced his liver with a mortal wound. Like a bird fluttering straight into the net, he did not know that it would cost him his life. Now therefore, my sons, listen to me and pay attention to the words of my mouth. Do not let your heart turn aside to her ways. Do not stray into her evil, immoral past. For she has cast down many, mortally wounded. Indeed, all who were killed by her were strong. Her house is on the way to Sheol, descending to the chambers of death. That was a good reading there. So I hope you enjoyed it. I want you guys to have a fantastic rest of your day today. And then tomorrow we're reading Abundantly Blessed. We're going to be reading our scripture together. And then have church on Sunday and back again on Monday. So I hope you enjoyed it. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And we will see you guys again hopefully tomorrow. And if not, we'll see you on Monday. All right. We'll see you. Bye.